this is Tatjana, this time by myself, and greetings from Japan from the ISU World Team Trophy 2025. Yeah, it was a great event and it was the last one of the season. It's always a bit sad when it's over, but the skaters, they loved and enjoyed this event, but they were also tired and looking forward to sorry, some rest and to get refueled for the next season, which is going to be so important as it's an Olympic season, as you all know. Yeah, but the World Team Trophy always in Japan, always spectacular, so popular with the skaters, one of their favorite events, as they say, because it's a competition on the one hand, and the other hand, it's also has many show elements, and it's a different kind of competition. It's this team spirit that they really build the skaters bond with each other and support each other. And for most of them, it is less stressful to compete in this event than in the individual event. And Team USA won again for the sixth time. This was the ninth ISU World Team Trophy. The event has been held since 2009. And sorry, and the USA have won now six times, their most successful team in this event. And this time they were really dominant, which was to be expected because they had three world champions on their team: Alyssa Liu, Ilya Malinin, Madison Chock, and Evan Bates. And also the others were so strong: Jason Brown, Amber Glenn. Yeah, I mean, so they had 126 points, 16 points over Team Japan, which is quite a lot. But yeah, was to be expected that they win. Maybe could have been a bit closer with Japan, but Japan got 110 points. They had their single skaters did not as well as expected, maybe. And then Team Italy won the bronze medal for the very first time. So we have a photo of the win of the teams here. So this is the winning teams from the victory ceremony. So Italy, yeah, they were very proud to win this medal, the bronze medal, and they feel it sets them up also quite well for the Olympic Winter Games next year. There will be also a team event. Of course, it's a little bit different. But nevertheless, it is a confidence booster. Also, of course, Team USA, Team Japan, that were very strong in this event. Yeah. Then Team France, and on the first day, they were even in third position, thanks to this good showing of the men. But the free skating did not go as well for the men. Also, the ice dance couple ranked lower than expected. They were behind the Georgian team. So yeah, fourth place for Team France, but the gap was not that big, so that can look different the next time. They had 78 points, 72 points for Team Canada in fifth place, and then Georgia, the newcomers. Canada was last 2 years ago, so for them it was an improvement. What Piper Gillis, the team captain, also said. And Team Georgia in sixth place with 68 points. I think they did quite well for first timers in this event. And also they had two skaters on their team, Alina Oroshatse and Modisi Kvittilashvili, that had they retired. So, and they only came back for this event. And Maurice said he's been training since March, since he realized that he knew that Georgia would qualify after the World Championships. It was was official that Georgia had qualified, and Alina Washatse, she really was called up and yeah, had to just to skate. And so yeah, you could see they were not like competitive with the others, but they had fun, they enjoyed it, and they were there for their team. Everybody also tried to, the World Team Trophy, as you know, is very famous with the skaters doing a little performance at the Kiss and Cry to support their team from the team boxes. And there's also a Team Spirit Award, which this time also the USA won. So it was, I was a little, yeah, of course. I mean, they did great. Team USA showed a great team spirit. They were there for their team, but also the others. Everybody was putting in a lot of effort into this. But the Team USA hasn't won that in a while because usually they are like on top. So, and then another team gets at least this award. But this time, yeah, also USA gets everything. Yeah, so there were some spectacular performances. Some skaters really set new personal bests for us. For example, Riku Miura, Ryuichi Kihara in the pairs for Japan, and also then Alisa Liu, she was also very, very good. Alisa, it was so hot and rink on especially on the last 2 days that she, after her skating, she just lay down on the ice and she said she needed to do that. She was overheating, so she wanted to lay down to cool a little bit. Um, she absolutely loved the team event. That had such a blast, and she said she would love if there were all events like this. And she is looking forward to watching more of the other events. So watching the other skaters, but yeah, there will be different atmosphere, of course, at the Olympic Games when it's much more serious with Olympic medals at stake. Um, So Amber Glenn, she had not a good short program. She seemed exhausted. For her, it was a tough schedule because she also did the Stars on Ice in Japan. So they had a little tour. There were several skaters on the tour from the Americans, the world champion, Madison Chuck Evan Bates, and also Ilya Malinin. And Amber, not Alyssa. Alyssa was back home afterwards. But so for Amber, she said it was the first time she had this kind of schedule, so it was exhausting for her. And so her short program didn't go that well. He missed the triple axel and made also some other mistake on the combination. But then in the free skating, she came out and she delivered a great performance, great triple axel, everything else. So she scored also a personal best, and then she was second. You know, the team event, it's not like we have a combined result. We have the program and then we have the free skating, and they are just getting the points for the result of each segment and nothing combined. So if you are first in the program, you get 12 points. And if you are then first in the free, you also get 12 points. There's no difference and nothing combined. So then Amber got 11 points for her team by finishing second. Uh, and then in the women's free skating behind Alyssa. Yeah, also Kaoru Sakamoto had was also very, very good, but then was a little under rotation. Some jumps, not the quality, maybe not as good as it could be. And so she lost a little bit on the DOE here and there. And then that's why she finished third, but she also had a very strong result. And Kaori was like the such a cheerleader. She was there. She was captain for her team like 2 years ago, and she loves this role. And she was really getting her team going, and she was there and the kissing cry for everyone else, and get even when she had to skate, and afterwards. So showed really a lot, put a lot of effort and energy into the team event, and could see how she really thrived in that role. For Team Italy, Charlene Vigna, Marco Fabri skated well. They're third. They're a little bit disappointed with their score. Because Marco said there was a little mistake on the twizzle, but still he did expect a higher score. It seemed like a big gap between them and Piper and Paul, who had 10 points more in the free dance. That's quite a lot in ice dances, especially if you don't make mistakes. And but yeah, anyway, so they were in third place, and Sarah and Sarah Conti, Nicolo Macci, the pair skaters, they were really strong. Gave two personal best performances in both programs, and I mean, it's a World Team Trophy. It's sometimes the scoring might be a little bit generous compared to some other events. But nevertheless, they did very well. They skated very well. And they were also so excited and happy. But their captain was Charlene Guignard, which was nice because if you go to a press conference, it's mostly Marco who does the speaking when they're in the press conference. But here it was Charlene, and he came alone also to the press conference, sat on the podium with the, with the medalists and the other medalists, and yeah, she said that she put it really nicely that this whole event was such a nice way to celebrate the sport of figure skating and with all the teams, because the teams are together. They also support each other. You don't only support their own team, but you also cheer for others, which is really nice to see this camaraderie between the skaters, because they all know how hard it is, what they are doing to get there where they are, to perform at this level. And then at the end, after such a long season, to give these performances. So that's why it's also popular with the skaters, because it highlights the bond. And skaters skating, it is a family, it's a community. Skaters often say this, and here at this event, you can really feel it. Team captain USA was, by the way, Jason Brown, who skated really well. And he got also second in the free, and not far from Ilya Marlinin. Ilya was a little bit shaky, especially in the free skating. And also, he was tired. He had done the Stars on Ice, and he said he's now ready for some vacation, for some cool down, and get his mind off skating for a while before then he will reboot and get to work for the next season. Team France was also, yeah, there was Kevin Amos was a captain, and he said, I'm like the dad of my skaters. He was writing messages on Instagram for his team. Was really taking care of his teammates. His team friends was actually exactly the same people that they had 2 years ago. So they feel also they have really grown together as a team. And given that we can dream also of a medal, maybe at the Olympics, team medal. So why not? Yeah, because it's of course, Italy. I think Italy is more the favorite here because they're also it's also at home, and they're very strong in all the disciplines. They have now with Lara Naki-Gutman, has become very consistent, because the women were a little bit the weak spot of the Italians in the past few years after Carolina Goslar retired. But now Lara has stepped it up, and you know that in ice dance and pairs they have very strong contenders, and they have good men. Daniel Grussel, he was back in his good shape at this event, and also in his confidence. Daniel took out the quad lats because he has a problem with his foot, he said. So he needs to heal his foot, so he switched to the quad now, and it worked well for him. He was able to do his quads in the long form and the short program, not only the quads, also other elements. And he came third actually in the free skate which was also nice. Nikolai Memel, on the other hand, he was a little maybe um, also tired, but Nikolai tried the quad flip in his programs, but yeah, it didn't really happen for him this time. But it was good to get this experience. Same also Yuma Kagiyama, not at his best, was probably also exhausted and struggled with some jumps. So the Japanese men did not skate as well as expected. Shun Satogi was even sick, so he had a like a cold and fever, and but nevertheless, of course, he wanted to compete. Could not let his team down because that would have been. I mean, they still would have been risky to lose these points if he wasn't there. That happened once before that a skater got injured in the short program and couldn't do the free. So that was a long time ago. It was Konstantin Menchov of Russia. Yeah. Team Canada, Piper and Paul Gilles-Poirier, they delivered again very strong performances, and they're very pleased. They got a season's best score. And they were the highest scoring team. Diana Stilato Dudek, Maxime Deschamps struggled, especially in the core program, and also had some problems in the free with the jumps. They said afterwards they did a seminar with Rafael Arutunia to work on the jumps. So they changed some things, especially in the pattern and the technique, and they tried to apply them here. And they said it worked quite well in practice, not yet in the competition, but it was still fresh. And they are really, Diana especially, so ready to move on now, to close this chapter, to move on after a tough season, to get the new season. She's so excited. They're going to work with Laurie Nicol on their free program for the first time, and it has been a dream of them to work with her. So she's looking forward to that. Short program will be done by Julie Margot. Team Georgia, Anastasia Gubanova was back. You remember at Worlds, she had a very rough time. She did not qualify for the free skating, but with the program. But this time she put out two excellent performances, also got a season's best. And she was so happy, so relieved. She said that finally she was able to show what she can do, what she has worked on. And it was so good to see her smiling again after the sad experience at Worlds. And she wants to go on for next season. And obviously she will go to the Olympic qualifying event and try to get that spot. But if she skates like this, her chances are very, very good. And also Anastasia Metelkina, Luka Berulava. I'm sorry, the air is so dry. Metelkina Berulava also ended the season on a very high note. This was strong, excellent, personal best in the short and a solid free. Was a nice way for them to end the season. And the Georgians were also very invested in this team event, and they brought all kinds of Georgian symbols, Georgian traditional clothes, and Georgian pie that they presented. Yeah, and everybody really tried to show some of their national. Oh, I actually, one thing I wanted to show you. Sorry, I forgot to take. And the Italians made this funny thing, like a pizza. They had pizza, pasta, spaghetti, and then on the back it says the Italian way: never ever put pineapple on pizza. So they hold this, and then at the end they gave these away to others. And Adam Schauenfar, he said he likes pineapple on the pizza, and he was kind of tempted to go when he saw this. He was kind of tempted sneak into the kiss and cry to them and with some pineapple. Yeah, so you can see how the teams were having fun with each other and supporting each other all the time. So that was it. That was this pre-Olympic season. That was the World Team Trophy. And now everybody will, most skaters will have a short rest. Some will get to work on their new programs right away, use this time now. Others have a short, some rest now, like 2 weeks. And then they will go back working and setting up because, yeah, the next season will come very, very fast, very soon. So we start as the um, Junior Grand Prix will start in August, and then the first challenges, yeah, it will happen in no time. We hope that you had a great season and well, that you enjoyed watching or coming to events even better, that if you had the chance. Now we will obviously will keep you updated in the off season with interviews, with articles, with materials, photos, maybe visit some training sites or interview people. And also then there's the adult competition in Oberstdorf, which is also fun. It's a nice event. Uh, Training camps. Yeah. And then, as I said, very soon we'll see you in the ice rink again. So take care, enjoy your off season, and see you very soon.